guys, welcome back. This is what happened this morning. So I actually went into Sephora to get one product and it came out $200 later with all of the Rhianna shit. I was not gonna buy anything from the Fenty beauty line, and then they had like this beautiful display and Rhianna is a badass bitch. So I decided we're gonna test the waters. This video it's not gonna be like my normal upload day. My normal upload days, I've told you this is just gonna be a bonus video. There's a couple of tools I wanna try out. A matte contour stick, a foundation, a primer. I'm sure she's gonna come out with more stuff. There isn't any eye products or blushes or bronzers or anything, but that'll probably come in due time. There is a lot of highlighters here, and if you are not a glitter person, you will definitely not like any of the highlighters. I am not a glitter lover, but I did find the highlighter duo that was the least sparkly out of all of them. There was a few subtle ones, but they still had glitter when you like blended them out. Nothing was like subtle. So this is not for the faint of heart. And let's start out with the primer. So I have to say that I love the packaging. Oh, I love the packaging of this. So that's the primer. Pro Filter Soft Matte Primer. So it's gonna give you moisture, but it's also gonna blur everything, supposedly. We'll see. But the packaging is just gorgeous. It's very feminine. So that's interesting. So the primer comes out in a kind of like a milky substance. Ooh. That's nice. That is really nice. I feel like there is moisture to the skin. It's not drying. And it's slightly blurring. It's not hella blurring. I feel like this is more of like a radiance primer versus like a blurring. It does kind of conceal them slightly. It's not like a pore filler. So if you have a lot of pores, you probably want to use a pore filler, which I'm gonna do right now. Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For. A nice canvas for makeup application. But I mean, I always add, regardless of the primer, I always add a pore filler. Yeah, pretty good. So, oh, this packaging is just beautiful. And then I bought the Precision Makeup Sponge. Flat front and then more of like a curved behind. Ooh. Also wanted to test out the brush. It's nude, and then it has kind of like this lavender nude color to the bristles. Ugh. And it feels amazing. One side of my face with the brush and then one side of my face with the sponge. And I'm gonna wet the sponge actually, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what the sponge looks like wet. I definitely would use this wet. I don't know if I would use any sponge dry. I would just feel like it would absorb too much of the product. Okay, so I'm in the shade 200 Cool. We'll see if it's a match. They matched me in there. I never know if it's a good match. This is what the packaging looks like. It's basically the same. I love it. I think it's really kind of a cool, neat package. And there's a ton of shades. I mean, any girl from the palest to the darkest is gonna be able to find a shade, which is really nice, because sometimes, I mean, people who are super dark, like Chanel, when I used to work for Chanel, we would have to send them over to Lancome to get a dark shade, and that's just like ridiculous. She said it was like the same texture as the Too Faced Peach, kind of like that soft matte, so we're gonna see. So I'm just going to do, I'm gonna do this side of my face with the brush. Oh, that's a good match. Ooh, that is pretty good coverage though. That's a nice color. Yes. Yes, bitch. I'm loving the coverage so far. I'm gonna put a little bit more on. It doesn't really have a scent to it. Under these harsh lights, oh, I am loving the coverage. The coverage of this is pretty bombski. Is the coverage of the first side. It's definitely like a I would say like a medium to a medium coverage. Ugh. How would you do this? Would you just pat it like a beauty blender? Let's try that. I'm gonna do a couple of dots right here on the back, and it's kind of nice how she has it in a way where you can get right up underneath like your eyes with this. That's kind of nice. Goes on really easy with this sponge as well. Really easy. Like it blends, oh, like a dream. Just gives like a your skin but better type look. You know what I mean? Like your skin but Rhianna-fied. But coverage, like it's gonna cover your flaws. Sometimes when people say your skin but better, I get worried like it's just gonna be a sheer tinted moisturizer, which you can apply it that way, but you can also use it for more of a full coverage look if you're going for that. Oh my gosh, I can't decide which way I like better because it blended so nicely with both tools. I mean, that it's just like one pump on each side of my face. I feel like I could go a little bit more up, and like the more you build this, it just sinks into the skin. I'm really impressed because you know why? These prices are not bad. So this foundation was around $35. The primer was around $35. Like it's not going to make you hit the streets in order to afford it, if you know what I mean. It's not going to put you on foot patrol in order to afford it. I was just listening to a Ludacris song, so that's the first thing that popped in my head. I am really impressed. It oxidizes. Once it hits the skin, if you have oily skin, it's gonna oxidize slightly, but not as much as the YSL. Like it's not gonna turn a totally different color. This will, I would say, oxidize just a hair. So you could get your normal shade and be totally fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Probably not. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape this side. So then I'm gonna take the sponge on this side and see how that works. It's not as stiff. I feel like it's not super stiff. You have, it almost feels like a flexible sponge. Oh my gosh, this sponge is so nice though. Do you guys see how I'm just kind of like taking it and working it up? Let's try this matte stick. This is the contour stick in Amber. Okay, so I'm not a contour person. I don't really contour my face ever because then I feel like I look ridiculous. So I'm gonna just do it slightly. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll use the sponge to blend it out. I love the packaging of her highlighter and contour sticks, and what's really cool is that they're magnetic. So if you get 3, or if they come in like a group of 3, you could get, I think, like a concealer, a blush, and a contour stick, and then they all kind of just fit together magnetically, which is kind of cool. So this is like the cool toned contour shade. I feel like the width of this particular like point isn't gonna be great for contouring, that maybe you might need to use a brush, because I would want it to be more of a point so you can like contour the nose and the sides of the face just to see if it works. But let me show you the color. It's the perfect cool toned contour shade. And then I tested this out. You can blend it out really easy. Like look how easy that was to blend. Oh, I'm just not a contour person. Let's just use this sponge and blend it out. See if that blends. Maybe not. I don't know if I like that. The sponge for brush. I don't want to use the same brush I use. She has like a highlighter contour brush, but I wasn't interested. So let's see how this works. It blends out really nicely. Do I look contoured? I don't even know. I mean, that is a pretty shade, I would say. the perfect light contour shade for people who are fair. Right? I think it looks really pretty. I think she did a really good job with the contour. Gosh, I'm like loving all of this product. I didn't want to go too much because like I said, I don't really contour my face that much. I feel like I just have a really thin face anyway. So it's really nice because you can slowly build the product. Like if you wanted a more intense contour, you definitely can build it and it's not gonna make you look super muddy. And you guys are probably like, oh, you look muddy. But I'm just trying to like show you how well the product works. This is a really nice one. I'm just gonna powder my face. Bronze my face. I'm gonna use the Golden Rinse from this MAC collection. Just the first thing I grabbed. And just bronze. You are not into really glittery products, I don't think you're going to like these, but like I said, I got the one I felt was the least amount of glitter, and that is the Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal Duo. Oh, that's gorgeous. So this is just like white and it has kind of like a reflex to it, and that's what it looks like. So this one right here is more of like your sheen, and then this color over here is kind of like your topper color where it's going to give you more of that glittery look. Those are the two colors right there. That is the first one and that's the more glittery one. They're really soft, really soft and smooth. And it's pretty because like I said, it almost gives that wet type of look. The Smith 112 brush, and let's just go into like the less intense one right here. See, that's just like a nice subtle highlight. Like just a glow, like a glow. It's not like a blinding highlight type one. And then I'm gonna go with this one right here, and let's just see. Ooh, that adds more of a pop. Can you guys see that? It's really pretty and it's smooth. Very smooth. It doesn't accentuate any type of texture on the face. I am loving freaking all of these products. So my final thoughts, like Jerry Springer, I actually am really impressed with every single product. And it's funny because I was kind of turned off by it, to be honest. I just was like, no, it's like another celebrity that's just trying to make more money, and the products are probably gonna be really janky, and they're not. They're really legit. I think the main thing is they blend like a dream on the skin. Like you don't have to work very hard in order to get like a polished blended look. And I am totally stoked for anything else that she comes out with. I hope you guys liked this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe below and let me know what you are thinking and why I look so tired today. And then maybe the products that you are wanting to try out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and I will see you next time.